This is Wadu TV. Truth and integrity.
Mamu nyina kwa be na yentinsi mo Yaa Titi akache na de tene se dedi kan no subscribe ya no subscribe na ye kwenim ya da sepa Yaa Titi afa ya na bi Abronye nso ho ache no so Abronye no akoyi ni ka won de asem yo beka ena ne ho ache no ade Yaa Titi aye no na no de Yaa Titi bisa se NPP for omani nwade won de moye nyina echi yesem nkotena echiro ena muso da mututu abobo park no so na bi usoro ya na ena UB adwumem ena sei wona na bi kama NSS asem ba na wo hye wo kura ho ansem yenken wie Abronye nso akwa yama ena IB4 hwehwe no ene nso ewo ho a Yaa Titi afaya de afa ho ye pa o say NPP the opposition bet na wache papa on bet na wache pesem kasabewa yenkotie Yaa Titi ena ne squad no.
Last week na edeba enkoma ekoso ewo social media titru makacho said this time around you monitor space no pa eti asem bia bekoso bia de sefota se ye ka ho asem no ye be ka ho asem bi wo ho na ekoso social media na se meme ka ho asem a je se anya de hu hia se wo se Ghana for ye ha ye ho but de sefota se ye static facts the right ye be static facts no right ama Ghana for hu seni asem no tie because this time around Makacho said there will be no room for propaganda. Eti propaganda ni de nkrofo hye biase but de sefota se ye ka ho asem ne ye be ka ho asem nkrofo hye se ye ka dum so ho asem se ye dundum kanea na no ba ko bi kura be hu ye I was overwhelmed nipa ai be ye kacha mo say President Mahama ba obesa di dum so aba ena me bisa me ho question say President Mahama so ye adwuma wo yisi gemeboa eno ye adwuma so wo VRA won eniema bi o ho ya Ghana fo no eto da bia politics inti no kra kakra wo se ye ka kira damfo no ye mpese ye beka ba makacho se ye monitor space no ba bia asam ne nam bia no ba bia wo se ye twe asam ne besi bia betwe asi ho ne ye nyina yakoye ne pepepe this time around no room for propaganda dia me pesa me de sha ase ne say ya to abawie a the first 1 year to 2 years no amamwa na wo ho ansa na foforo ba no amamwa no de wo bu no first year ekwa second year no esunsun sanso ene ye adwuma mama ka be ncha because bia na NPP for na ma sha ase a mo ye sa propaganda me ka sa because omo ame hu sa niam ne wo mo pages ndodo na ye NPP communicators and I didn't know why they have the moral rights to even complain. Because time na dum so ewo hwa ne ye ka ho asem no. Na po ebe ka kire Ghana for say dum siesie. Ama mu NPP for mu ka kire say ye ntum say ye dum siesie na mu dum kanea no na mo siesie no. Ye obi te say me Yaa Titi de na me nim say e ye challenges ewo hwa aban ni ntimi nya adwuma na de dum so aba. But communication amode to abonte esan someone dwene ya mo say yan Ghana for wuri anim kwasoro mo say edum siesie ye bisa timetable na poka che say yan kwaya dem ne yan kwaya timetable free ho efamra eti enne obi a wafra ba mu a wonni busumi mienu na ye ka dum so asama usu wanya ho akotena social media so e pesa wo kasetia President Mahama said President Mahama buy na dum so buy ma me can say me nchiraw me set fact be right so that some propaganda na ma ase no me ena me can we chire mu wi a I know I've stated the facts and I won't get back to you on dum so as when it's needed say you can want some there you be can want but you see this propaganda I will state this facts right and from today obia be hu ba bi asem ne wo say ya kra ye de ya kwa ya chikakra wonim say 1998 na kania dundum a ye severe e sha ase wo Ghana 1998 na kanema panyi Rollins e na tia konwa so 1998 dum so ne toa so a na President Kofo ebe so mu e na dum so gina mu a President Kofo adwuma wa ye ya de solve dum so no enye adwuma papa bia because also for kwagya akoso mo so am kwabɔ mpaye na nsuo ntongu akoso mo dam mu ensuo na we mebwa ya hu ba bi ekosi ye President Mills adaroma eno mo beto a bui dam so obia nka se President Kofo wa anya hwe amfa dum so ho ba me ka dia ba be si asem so se ye po bi abone so buo ne se kanea edum a eya bawumia ene na nado ene na po se ye po bi ene ye ni bra ko wo mo so a na nado bawumia ene na po wo mo no mama da ka dia dundum mu. It is our propaganda now. Masha said, 2003. Now you have differences of power 900 megawatts. President Kofo Anyawu, or so near the Asofo Kojina Koso, more Mumman Payan and Shontongu Akoso Modem. And no answer of it Dumsor. Do you know to bet him no and waye? As at 2013, now you was deficit of 1,800 megawatts. Eni padodo na waso munya kanea no munya kanea power no dodo na wasi ya no de na ka kira wasi ya de be ka 1,800 megawatts na deficit of power aye wo Ghana. It took President Mahama so be ka kira ye say ekwan bia so wo mo amaba ko nyina ba so dum so ne ho ma me ka bibi kira o Ghana ho se ya appreciative and can confirm you about Casacran can no quasi a moment space. Because a man pay you for one man benina, President Mahama pet and a digital must say, can you do no? I was here solve it because number 1 year generational problem, number 2 year financial problem, generational problem. No President go for 1 year. Oh, hey, do you know so Timmy? Ya no. President Mills be ya no for me dear 1 year and not the free mo. President Mahama buy so beto so mama ka bibi nkyira o adia ba ko a wose yen Ghana for kwa yetimi hu ni say time aya to about 2016 Akufo-Addo be take over 2017 no and some bebre na ko so wakrom ha ama NPP aban ka kire Ghana for say President Mahama ama kanea abusu dodo and kanea no ye hu de yamfa ye wa excess power and the contract ni bi wa okra was wo twetwam because power no do so dodo me ba say woti ne ma bi ase President Mahama gitu mu say obetu dum so ase no eno ye na dwen say ye wa generational problem dia e was here rekwa ba for so a yam depending only on hydro eno ye atuabo gas ene si wanu ma ene abo papunya ho adwuma otimi nya ho sadidi President Mahama atam okrom ha oye atuabo gas wie ye no na chese abesolve problem ne kakra owie no ohun se eno nko antimi solve problem no because enkanea issue na wa Ghana ha no anu oden owie no ye se de ye for thermal plants enka ho eno de kapa bae eno de ameri bae ameri ya ababa da ne bosum siyansu ya ene Akufo-Addo atam ameri dia kotena Ashanti region ana kwadi kope vote e pascal ameri na kasa na ye de ba ye wodim se President Mahama adwuma wo ye hu susaso ne ameri what the ameri ne by say we build operate and then we will take over and as we speak ameri no ya Ghana ye kase property ye nya ye dia but time na President Mahama ye no NPP for to opposition e ka say hey sika yesi ye dia ko wura ameri munya asem ketwa eno mu kwan entro bia wo wiase ena ameri corruption wo mu wia na mo de Philip Addison beti committee eno hu adwuma ena wi akira abuachi agako ye pam no smart se abuachi agako se sa power issue ni ameri asem no mo de edo be ka fe e wo kroma mo beti se na gabi akire da ko shadow prime minister sa kwani abani de na ekoso nyo no tumi fa phone afra buachi agako se e bra sanjai Dubai na wo kono na jai de obetina de dem yen ko e baby obi on hodu a position bia timi minister of state e ka chan say negotiation na wo ko e sign ni aya wie eno ni ameri na ada ni Ghana yen property ama esi kumase no achasi ya di $35 million e transport ameri every takrade ni ko kumase eno kra hwasem wo ho ayen ka wie ye corruption kra no e ko so was ameri transport ni mu kra yen ka wie plans are agodwa President Mahama de bae said ye beya ye betimi esi Dumsor ano in March 2016. I'm giving you the month so that you will know Sasama make and some bomb trim. March 2016, and Dr. Baumia Aquatina Joy. Akachi Ghana first say Mahama Sobi Dumsor today. Sobi Dumsor Tiamo and Manana. He even made a statement to say, no problem I want to Sovia and as Abasobodia Bana was here the man me pachow. President Mahama no yet more ECG Koso Madam into one and one doom caniano. That is what Dr. Baumia said. Says Bahama Sobi Dumsor and Tidian Yaman Abaso. Amoba, you know, just power the draw so bro so do. Yeah, would ya young fanya? Anna, just say, yeah, Tombi Matogo. Yeah, would ya young for power in your contract in Wabunchum? Huh? Baumia, Napo, and Nanado, Amamwa Mubu Yafa, and Kaniaho, and who should us 1 year experience. Now, one more hand over. Anna, 5 hours full. No, now I join your son Kanya neighbor Janasomeba. Yeah, quite election as of the power plant, so I'm shutting it down because nobody come to ya. Power producers be brano more chroma no mama and power no. I buy no the cow on chia because Esla na President Mahama de Basia de solve a power issue no. I could fado any Baumia, any Napo, any Esla Kosia wa Edge Bosia, Wamadi. And the Esra no enka I was by 2020 and Geja. Nipa bwane samni amba mo fone kura no amba boy enti. Omo de Esra no ekosia wo waje bosia enti na Esra yegusu tua no. President Mahama de Esra eba asamba na NPP fanka okrom ha. And away news and tax. And away news and tax because that was the only way I need betimi dealing with such challenges na wa energy sector no. Oh my dear, no, yeah. I'm the extra Kosia, Aja Bosia, Omo Discano, Oman from poor uncle energy sector, one quiet woman D. President Mahama wouldn't show a with the bar. 1 million solar. I'm not a back to back as a West African network, one of the biggest. NPP and Chile, how many megawatts for 8 years? I'm better than so I'm added to your generational capacity. Near front to President Mahama, and when he say, why and a boy and say and can you be so? Obia woo free abemu, now so the power plant were doomed a because was what they cut. Was African gas pipeline, what was Susukran, money at Yadrama, so a maintenance, and I had to cram gas. It took John Jinapo, President Mahama, any experiencer, and Penuphobia want to talk to West African gas pipeline. Our Nigeria, Sabi a bit a gas. A cabe breba, a bino bogu, one won't you, and the Sikano not the yadame. ECG to crom her, and account to more than 50. Sikano no magia, a quahi. Abutia via a get comutia. Now, would you can would tiano? Seven previasa, Mimocha, and the Libago plant in another power bamwa. Sanyama when you now pursue a crom her, none of poor any NPP for young one catcher say, and doom see they expect to say, Yan tomb. Because you brought them near to come at Yan tomb near the tomb, doom see. Woo free a bamu, Sawo bra papa, and Kabosome Bakupe, and who Susan Swini. Mubabamu in 2, 3 to 4 years. Now power jinaso, a children Juma President Mahama boy. Mobile no, my Yamana Trocano, Moja Hoko. Now, more saying you even have moral right to talk about Dumsor in Ghana. Hey, by Ghana politics, one F4. Because here you might be a serious. I was saying, NPP for come and no for 1 year, Wamonkasa. What for about less than 2 months? Who complaining a President Mahama Dumsor? What Juma we no and one banana swan. Eti Ejuma NPP no esusu so ye be di no be afem yenu Senate President Mahama Ejuma wa ye NPP fo e wan say 2017 economy no abusu na economy na ye very attractive because usha negotiations aye ne IMF ye ya na nya de NPP fo akoye bia omosema ye mfa nipa adwuma no enyam na make aka no for that ankasa konya parliament ka say IMF deal na yakoye no ye mfa nipa adwuma Another reason why I revocating for appointment was one siasie. Now one more say I buy no one to me for the perjuma. I am a dealer wakwaye. It's ya then I would not solve for the perjuma after elections. Because why wouldn't himself wouldn't need to cover cover microphone? For 8 years you couldn't recruit those people. A month after elections, I've heard they will recruit for. 81 say ye boom man ya see ya to about God hani ya catch am say about one who was sunsaswa. I was here tiasie. About one who sunsaswa ene na nanado baumia ni napo. Oma sai energy sector na ene baumia enyo mo na mo kwaye apa ya who the talk kania. Wo to ya 3 minutes na kania nasa. Baumia one app. Digital bank. Aqua develop app. Near the top power will come her. Or top power that 3 minutes, 2 days, not power that's and I'm one near Bramuka doom so was some more cosa, Mobi Sadapo. Some more cosa, Momi Sabaumia. No more cosa, Munkonima, no Momi Sadanado. Wama Juma ya and I want to start 1 year who no. Jamahama dia wa year no 2016 no. And want to start 1 year 2017, 2018, 2019. Oh my catcher say power no buswamo who drama fanye. I didn't want to change ako ya pam no na dwuma ball no. E ya power hu kro ya power ya say excess power ya hu dia ya for power den yenti no. Ya renegotiation. President Mahama ye arrangement to the Senate say and kaye nya power challenges da. Aban eje power na ontua. What the grid co, what the VR foka plants are what do I work Ghana what do mu power producers ni na kufa do ne baumia edrom ka ontua. Na ontua no sabe President Mahama no so ye adwuma o ECG ne grid co. Nti na generative power. Ghana kasa politics aye full. Na kanya sa ya tire krom ha amana na bia nya no na na bio wanya no ye dede wo krom ha say ya cheche nkrofo na ye brade na na bi mo refi say national service secretariat wa no aka ho ana wanya no ye dede wo krom say ya cheche nkrofo na say Abronye akwa de wa question President Mahama sika wa mo de two kwan na de look at him. Dede wo krom ha na wo man bia ya ni abrea na ka wo na bi ka betimi atira krom ayede asa kra nya ho sa wo court. Oh God of mercy, have mercy on us. What I say? NPP for have no shame. You see, NPP, you are very good in opposition. You will be there. Mo betira ho achepa because man who say mo to opposition na mo dede na mo hona na soro mo hu dia mo nya mo betira ho achepa because mo say ade. Musay mo bom man. Sa President Kufu adwuma obeye wo krom. Se dia mo ye ana President Kufu ye mu even quarter. E ka bo legacy ben pa na mo gina so aye campaign wo krom a. Na do gina President Kufu legacy so na ye campaign tuatua ya so ye nya ye ho twabre. E na obi fa Kufu do legacy nya campaign me ye hwe. Free SHS no kra na wodi tu ne ho no kra wa ma sa bokoro no wom. Free SHS no apart from say eya troka na emu sam ya wonwonan no kra ma sa boyen kro no e free SHS no eti say legacy be pada NPP 2028 mo be gina so aye campaign say sisifia campaign bi na be sa ye de anti na me say mo betre opposition a check. And that's the reason why I am matching NDC ministers boot for boot because say you do a mind beshan crofobia to send people for answer biem. No one be my way. I yet no true catch said, Roma Yenia, Yenina, young wood, Yanya, Yahweh, including Omo Casa party for. And all say before Omo common masem. Abronye crack and numasem. Anna, or copper contract crack and for that time farmer or the Basanti Badia to us and a year in news and a year of bows and wine. Bassa Chrono and on the boy. What broke out energy sector? Nana can you need Duma? When you are not to social media, they say President Abronye Dumsor. Oh, I don't blame you people because President Abronye you too. Just say President Mahama wa kuma kesiye danimu to accommodate all the nonsense that you people will be taking. na Akufo-Addo wobenya no wakasa ansafo ni bi a kire na ka wa behu ye ni abre kwa na ka ne ni duma at the peak na pot waka kire say dum sie say ye ntiase a ye nkwa timetable free ye dem ene wobenya minister amana kakasada kire ondi watem ntufo se se na po betufu ama odi tinu monya ho ena muti social media na mudi nsem ho. Let's go to the galamsey story. Na needi kan enana ka me pese quick one mebo Western region regional police commander ne nkrofo mo ho nyɛ bɛbɔ wɔn aba so wɔn abɔ adwuma na evaluate adwura constituency sɛ na no me bɛka kyerɛ mo sɛ NDC chairman no ho na galamsey activities no ɔyɛ no sɛ muntimi nche na ya nkasa nke be purpose fo afrinkra be kye mo wasi regional police command oma ya ade na enya ne tie so o makọ make arrest acheche China fo bebre ma ya ade but ba koso ewo dunkwa ofen eno kwa de ase wo kọ hwa ohiri ne mfikyire ya tu ho nyina enti ese wudu kuro no mu a enye hu nyanwanwa se ensuo ketua bi gya no ma ebekọ na kuro no nyina ye ma afadan ye ho nyina flat because ya tutu kuro no nyina atwa ahia da hey Ghana pa ho anu ade mo se me kasa obi be kasa ya tete ade wo kasa no enyemba ni bi ho a wo hu a the pain, the frustration, the damage, you can't keep quiet. You can't keep quiet. Kodunkwafin ya say wo bibia ya say asase ni nyina mo fa pictures ni bi ntoso na Ghana fo hwe ade eti hwa so ahu eti e say enya me hu nya me nwanwa ensuo ho be ya dia ma sa nkrofo no wo mo nya ensuo no wo ma no abrabo a ye bo wo Ghana ha no no Samuel Ado CTV, your reporter. Ono na si anemo e was Central Region. Na ono adi na ni kwatwa wisi ani hwensantamu ko hokɔhwe ade. Ano odin. Hello, good morning. Hello.
Hello.
Ado, good morning.
Good morning.
Say.
Hello.
Baby, I want to emisa obi jina nisu obanyumo. Enti abako from kakra maye because enkomo na me ne obedi na hu hia me.
Mate ase.
Aha. Na dunkwa ofin ede na ekoso wo ho.
What mpacho sambre bi ose ene ne wo fom pa.
Dunkwa ofin galamsey activities na ekoso wo hene ne fikyire no. Ede na asi wo ho.
Yo, Yaa Titi. Mse ube piemu ewo dunkwa onofin ma menhwe nsuo ne so titiriw aye ofin suo na ye nim a enka ne se wo bo ofin suo a na chese otumu se eye nsuo a edimu ewo omayi mu a chese ye se chese nsuo a ye ka nsuo wo mayi mu na se wo yi dunkwa ofin edifi mu a na chese etosin na enna me na wo ka sei Yaa Titi se ukopie mu ewo dunkwa ofin suo ne so se sia me no wo ekase ya eye arehoye papa ni nyina ne se eye se wo hwe ofin bridge no eye the main road from Obuase leading to Takwa obefa eye ofin bridge ne so ansa na wakwa kopie mu wa Ayamfore Bogo so ansa na wakwa kopie mu Takwa na se Mutakorade na bridge no se wo nam so a na se peg nkane no otu weni e de hwe fom ne nsuo ne na bridge na so a ase a say fe na to say yes Ghana Nyankopon ache yade na so na me no woka say Yaa Titi se wo kokofa nsuo ne so na wotu weni e de hwe e fom ho ne mo na se weni ko bo nsuo ne so a Yaa Titi weni te say weni mu kra besesa wo say yes nyoma enkoye sesia dunkwa no fin nsuo na ye nimu no odo na nsuo kra weni onyam odo na nsuo no ewo nyonyam na wo kɔ no bo se emrantie edi infidie esisi nsuo yi so a omo ye adwuma na omo hepo anwea edi egu nsuo no mu se be se omo anka nkyero mpo se wei eye ofin nsuo na Yaa Titi unji ndi de biara da. Apart from say chamfan for esi nsuo ne so eye adwuma no excavators se wure mu odunkwa akuro ni mu na wo kokoko pie mu obebi ye frɛ no apia nkwanta ɛna chechewure hɔ no nso a wo kɔ na kwan no so wɔ no no bebi a wo spin no ɛnam no excavators ankasa ɛna esi nsuo nim ɛna etu nsuo nim a te sɛ ɔmo ye adwuma wɔ hɔ no sɛ wudu hɔ no mo wudi humpo sɛ ɔha no mo ɛyɛ ɔfen ɛkwan sabre dia ofen no awe o ma hwe ofen no kura ama ma blocki nsuo no ama nsuo no enko nsuo no nso emazisi ano aye stagnant enko ma na ni no de sabre chese wo sensuo na ase na wo se ateche pepepepepepepepe ase na wo sa ateche na mi twaso akwa pie mu ewo ase wo ko chechewre barrier bi police barrier bi wo ho ye fro ho no mo se opa hope na ko bebe de apia nkwanta na America no wo be fro popo kakre bi na Yaa Titi okoko do the main road a o ma ye ne kama na da ho no mo no machine esi ho pe na o mu tu se America sabre amena o ka se de em so o ma wura kwan na se kura e tu kwan na gu na me ko to abrante ba ko ye friend Reverend Alex Obin kire say ye the licenses at the amano say ombe dosity eye dunkwan ofin insuo no na the certain no babaye no the company no edin the Lippy investment na Lippy investment no am say nadmo for amom approval opa say nadmo for amom approval sanso na municipal assembly wo dunkwan upper Denchira East amom approval EPA for so amom approval na Yaa Titi the certain no babaye ni yim so babaye the certain insuo a na chese oba be yi chese insuru na oba be team na chese etumi e flow all right na omo yi obia de efi nsuo no ho na so Yaa Titi abrantie nyoma odi aba begu ho no trommel eka ho eye wo friend le pumping machines omo de galamsey nyina na egu na mbisa no say eh na the set na aba be ye na sa nyoma we na aba be yo ka tem so ba be take sample answer na answer na wetumi aye aye na the set nso ye take sample na tese wafa kwete kwan bi so ba be tu gala wonsu anim na wo dada aban no say oba be the sales team enti sabra make say omo ba be twa omo de iron sheet ba be twa nsuo ne hu nyina no mo hyem no mo ye nia omo ba be ye wo ho ne mo oba say oye NBC ni last be 2 years na all apply during a year Kufuor time and no man fast alliances no o man fast to me no amfa man because no ye ndisi ni but say anaban na aba enti no make I say omo the machines akwa kogu nsuo ne so omo ba be ye adwuma asay nsuo no in the name of say oba be deal say eye ofin nsuo no na sanyoma we ya ne nam so ema eye abandada no nanim gu ase ema ye to abade ma no ebinom so asore pese omo ye na omo de say aban nsu din enti sabre de okoku du ofin dunkwa no ofin na any ofin no kra de asay so wo hwe mranti a egu so ne anwea egu
Samuel
Yaa Titi
aha tie me kakra na asam na wo ka no wa wonim se me eba ne galamsey de a me fa no walk up to different level o se NPP wa ba mu no wa ma ne sa licenses no because no ye NDC ne meboa this time around, no, why not man is licenses no?
This time around, no part say na buying aba.
No, na buying aba no. Member ho proper. Eti assistance now. Obiya man e kwan so wonko tu meboa.
Or the way big say on the phone so EPA4 aman go ahead. O ma me eyi our friend den. O ko ho ne ma ebu akwa eye stool ewo ho ne mo no on pa che say ohon so de omo we ma me so ma na approval sanso na eye upper Denchira East municipal no so o de we kire me say o ma no approval e wo ne phone so e no de sa nyoma ni nyina e kire me wo phone ne so say o ma approval oba be ye enti eda EPA4 ka tem say EPA4 kra beba aba be ye inspection and so na why say EPA4 ba be ye inspection na obe frame obe ton sa frame na ma ba be fe hu say juma na oye no eye genuine na so Yaa Titi so ba be de setin su a yemfa trommel enkonko si ho yemfa galamsey nyoma equipment e be mining enko ho so me fa koye eye mining and not just say a crop the joint or that I buy not just the two a good no over yet the certain so I could take a sample I won't sue any man son of what there's a thing soon not just any air course on
Enti Samuel metewasi yia ensuo na o se wo kwa akwatim no ene wa ye we wo wa na se oru kwan na we di o ma ye ya ye hwe da video ya de baye okwan na wo ho da na so na aye
says your video na that we no see ano aye one guy be your friend of texting ono so ne site we see nsuo nim ono so no pa say oye na ban ya ba oye NDC ni texting e wo dunko ahonam ono so ne machines na egu ho no no nsuo ne so na hu ni sa no says ya so say uhu a wo hwa uhu mpo say nsuo mpo ne nam ho na so nsuo nim e no mo gina e no mo ti nsuo nim amana ye sa no so ono mo ti mo amana ye sa enti esi ade nsuo ne de obia gum e no mo ye juma
Samuel asem we mani abre wo ho pa enipa mienu ho asem ne ye ken reverend no a ono si EPA fo ama ne kwan so won kwati nsuo num e wo ho ena Abronye ba ko na abo ni di ono so ye fra ne say texting ono so eno ade ne excavators nsuo ase nti ono no wa ye de ye hwe nya sa
nyam ye he na gusu se sie de no ne texting ne de
no ya texting ne de and wa ye no eti afei na reverend no so e de chance betwa ho ahia no no so atia sinsuo no nya sa
pepe neti
eti omumianu nyina klemu so ma ban na aba eti do omu de aban ne be ye ni mebo a
texting ne podo ka kire se he muncha mopa muncha na mbetwe bia enkonkosi hwe
Ena also Reverend no they say Reverend dey
Alex Obin
Reverend Alex Obin ya asore be no di mu Reverend
asore no bodin ye abaso asore bi one man church CB but escape me kakra
enti ono akasa na asore no wate enya sa
pepe ono ana asore na wate
eti the Bible kira ne so wonye no eno no wo ye
o say asase na Bible say yembo ho ban no de wa fa no other way round no say no.
Alright, someone wouldn't be somewhere home. And I at home. I find you ever come proper to the Yabotan your fancy her. Why?
All right.
So I see you pay a farm and a crime.
Oh, EP a man a coin.
Okay, taxes so claim na bayaba. Reverend Alex Obeso na bayaba.
Na bayaba.
Eti do amoba shawa ya no nya sa.
Sa pepe.
Na abanya oni bosume de. Ana oni bosume mienu. Eya Dania EPA etimi ema obi kwan se kwatinsuom eno no sa guarantee no am demand be eno nyina ye nkoma e wose yedi eye kwose e wose yebisa but the proper activity na be kwaso no eno so ya another nkoma. Don't worry, this topic the whole week we don't want me point e be kasa why
mate oba fire tete
Allahu akbar he wa hu enema bi se na mambufu no enema bi se na mambufu no maka kira mo say wo na wo se wo ye hwan se wo obeba ba esi akwan wo president Mahama mamumu abra sister fatu tirim se obapa Yaa Titi, I will come after you. But do you know why? We suffered for this change. We suffered for this change. Ya ma wo mesay no. President Mahama ni abra wo ye adwuma no. When we say obi so hye nwura mo hodi nsem hu no. Ma ban na aba power. You are not serious. Move phone line on to so. I said well the whole week in komo. Baby a what's ye dim komo baby a what's ye bisa kosa baby bisa kosa. Tina ha. Na bo ho safo hene ma ban na aba power. Ebeti wani so. Ebeti wani so say wan wo ka se ebedi agro follow Abronye ni NIB invitation no na se mo kokan e wo untumi TV say anonkra no so a movement and I untumi
movement TV
movement one and allegation our boss President Mahama hodo is it $5 million
550 million Ghana cedis.
It say a NIB so me yin ho ano onfa na evidence mra
ya me dawase say wa mama isa akonya yi mama state on authority say oh my Ghana na ye be resetting no sabi ye mini serious business MPP communicators wa Ghana or so much ye. Sabi President Mahama second camera Obano and ya group DB and will be in Jubilee House or no. The Edibaya Abronye no should send a signal to every single person our room habia so ye NDC ni MPP ni CPP ni and I say QFP ni. Sabi yen so sa baseless accusations ye. As more kind, what is a good Ghana who fee ba?
Yeah.
And a Ghana and as I say me a trendy. Some international media houses are there. Afa. Sir President moi, I had to the swabba in less than 2 months. Or how this car 550 million Ghana cedis so the cheered my forecast. Knowing very well, say asuma okay, Nina Sobia any so. Oh, kind of free. He said, you are underestimating the power of His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Ghana. You are underestimating the loss of the Republic of Ghana. But the Americans say, Asma wa Kenya dia obefa ne ho adi fi say, emramo no, ohwe ye.
Ono anka say in person na wakeka nsem bebra fa President Mahama ho a.
Yes.
Sometimes say no o wa bem oni nyina so bia.
Yes. So ohwe yeah, criminal codes now, section 185. Making kind of potokasm. Section 185 prohibits a second-degree felony communicating by word of mouth or writing or by any other means any false statement or report which is likely to injure the credit or reputation of Ghana or the government and which the person or the one who is communicating those words knows or has reason to believe is false. Not knowing or having reason to believe that the statement or report was false is no defense to a charge unless the defendant proves that. So, before communicating the statement or report, he or she know that it is actually verified. And so, the Ekanyane say, Abronye, with this Emra Makinkan, say, yet to me every and who say, Udifa, near the Nekojina Kota, second degree felony, or bet me at them 25 good years. A serious crime. Sister, ya said you okay. This is not the first time Abronye or Kasan somewhere Abronye and so be any so. I could for the time. Okay, can't send baby so many things. Eddie go President John Dramani Mahama,
including late President Mills.
Late President Mills. And yes, so ever chrome her. So Abronye for 8 good years. I did not read here now. Say and Dr. Baumia and the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana. A police council now on the chair. Now the ref here now say President Nana Danko Akufo-Addo and the President of the Republic of Ghana. Now some nan say someone na so ni so for about 8 good years no or koso ekika sansem no. But the American nan say I was say ma emra no eno no di said ye say na efata. I think on the 26th of this month, and yes, invitation and koso.
That's tomorrow.
26th, tomorrow.
I think it's
you see,
25th or 26th.
Yes, the National Investigation Bureau. Let me advise them that they shouldn't tolerate, in the crowd, among no evidence or what no, the evidence or wow, they just so cast them no. Omo misa no for evidence na mra.
Ofo if ane table is na honto e.
Omo man for evidence na mra. Enyina so nti a ogina so a okasa asem no. Na so antimi anyi ne ho ano amfa, evidence bi ama. E was say omo ne mra na edi. Custodial sentence de made kan ka akiro mra no so de tie 25 good years obetimi ayeden Adam amana ye. Na make away nyina no. Na me sign send a strong notice to chairman want to mean any media network, you know. Sa platform yi and omotimi use so e kika ansem no. Senya want to meet TV platform bank pa no betimi agina so kika ansem a omo okokika yi. Senya want to meet TV. So want to meet TV are some of the, you know, these are some of the platforms what's you know, NCA everywhere now omotimi close so they down. Last week, my friend say, me passing by. I said, what? Me said that you want to meet television. What are you talking about? I don't know say. That platform, if you don't know anything about want to me movement TV, want to me television, just look at the chairman. See those say kasa basa by heart ya. Sana Abronye atinya ide akopia on so can say.
I think ABI kaso mun close to that, but they need to be
oh, but you
regularize. I say, you monitor one because that is where most of the fake news prior to elections, they were doing fake news.
Say, that platform, no, you can't regularize it. There's a platform I want to me, or more we who hold no, check your background that. Just say, you can't control them. Well, then let's give the benefits of doubt. Yes, let's regularize it. They can't. Tell me the master. Sir, these are some of the media network or say because how as a journalist, why would you even allow this? Someone saying something sensitive like this without any evidence, that was trying to do a program. So why?
All right.
Now NPP for supporters a Ghana na me warn you. We are you can invite me. Oba hwem no we be now oba content time among say your friend say clan
say one of ma say apo
the possibility is high to say to me advise you mo wa wonim oba akọ say wa wonim oba akọ support say akwa we okran bon hwe obi kra ohun a oba serew. I'm even surprised why they even gave him the opportunity to serve again as chairman. Oh yeah, chairman for 4 years. The empowered what me here. City work no nyina yaje aka ba akope which is German South. The home one what me jima NPP. All the other city nyina yaje. Tim for so ben pa ne wa kwa we so a. Bo san to abama na so be mo chairman. Me feel no. Me kuro ye sampa. Me kuro e sampa. E ni ngwase ma ye. E ni ngwase pa se Abronye be chairman for such a political party in Bono region. Media, Mestre, the former member of parliament for German North, former deputy minister Bono region, Madam NTS Siaka Stevens.
Siaka.
So per se or contesting. Madam Santiano. Kebeya nka onko gina na ontu ni free ano ma ya numa guati dodo o ma ya numa guati
siaka wani monyam che no
ana Siaka Stevens e wani monyam
okay
Siaka Stevens e wani monyam pa ontu ni free wona kwawe hwenanim ana monyam bia ni ho na ono 8 years akai ebe me ya so course NIB omoto monsa omoto ya invite no ni antimi amfana ntum da say day anya investigation wo nya kwan obedwane ayenwa faso akotogo I was here to me tuna so den day was here to me tuna so seriously o I was here din tum ebe me ya and some hapa ya ka fa John Dramani Mahama wo John Dramani Mahama wo listen I mean in summary, what are lawyer ni? You know, meaning swan to no four. You know, Mr. Mempasa me de bekoho. But what at least protect your integrity. Oh, husband be say I was sort me kind of culture no. So when need to say fact claim and go see a mammy.
Near so any monyam for
was be oh yes, so you know magic can answer day. But then your hiccup now or Timothy as your man is serious. Wait. One no more. The red beho palm or my Ghana.
Quite here.
Papa.
Bestie.
you want to in the last years of NPP. Everyone say, yeah, leaders in NPP. Sometimes, you know, Obekti say, or Kasa, na nipa 18, you see the rationale. Man for the team. Yeah, be a form because I remember when I was NPP, I said. Say gate means kwako kasa.
What bobemedi.
Na you say about joy. Na ya pet time because
what bobemedi.
Gate to so champion. That one for NDC. These are powerful people. For Joe. No, is a bring out for regional chairperson. Kabebi be 2 years. I mean, the kind of knowledge sebi how the be back. I feel the politics na ba do say we be kasa can sembia na create sensation na and surprisingly many an kasa na bia no be okeka me ne nya adwen has to do with bia radio station because me ebra ye did radio station the years are gold near there me I spoke against it so what I say because me who didn't hear I say mom standard oh yet say obi better station so no can some enye no kre e say obi a embra no ho me ani mra ni nadi say they are friend procedure bia legal ayi bi o me no so mo fanfa so mama ni nkonkoye say you sue the political way they are any baby you fan fa process because you see the rule of law you reset Ghana more kind more reset Ghana so some of these things tolerance a key. But you see, such personalities now more NPP, more leaders, you know, no cranny and more NPP. And some of us here Kasai. Because me regional secretary, you know. I don't see why. Greater Accra, me regional secretary, Greater Accra, and one of the most powerful region in terms of politics. And so me say me a Gan person.
Sure.
But Hana Matina, my bobo, how my nanti pro, so for you to bring everybody to appreciate and to think and to vote for your party, that is the essence.
It's not a small job.
And Jacob Lamte, may you so rest in peace. Obet my friend, I learned there is a problem here. I want you to go there. I trust you can do that. I was in a no sikasa. I look at that, look at no Timinka. Alberta Faglo from voter registration a Clicko chief. He was a regional organizer. And you have faith because a plan is here. What can we know? Na ye na man for. Uba say in the next time a party nenya power. These are the people they will think say I'm gonna party. That's the kind of thinking going on in this country. What is he bringing to the development of this country? Say we're sorry, Anopa. Tell me about him. Now say me who say no shall say can say no betting can say no betting you nim. Who can't dear? I say we are sure. Me nim so evidence said anything almost inviting.
Or for evidence.
But even if you have an evidence, what's na radio so kind now amount there. Is that the way to go about it? Because we are regional chairperson. And yeah, you can go. I fan say, you know, Obi be your regional chairperson because and then you coalitions are you sue mafia
monetization.
You Obi at me, yeah. Because Obi say, he's very good, but he doesn't have money.
Monetization.
And people were saying me, and then they were saying another thing. I'm saying media. Adia minim say me back me nya. To me yen na metimi aye bia no de meka no ne no sa na me na me politics am ye
o kwa cheche na juma be ya na obenya to replace that money enya kro no na abebo
me mpe politics awo ya
the same accusation so dey here yes so stage
no tina no waka ko gina ha na afi na wo defend o because me Ashama constituency my secretary was Ashama da me na be a constituency was Ashama secretary for the first NPP the win year 2000 KKT win year me a constituency assistant secretary my son your first me call first but me call on post constituency first vice chairperson I went on a post it is because Samuel Manuma we yemu be ka say TNT na Maybe I still like part people don't see us because yes, I know my say, and I don't really see the essence. Because they say maybe a Ghana for I didn't work Ghana for team. And issues are topical and no ma a confronting Ghanaians.
Sure.
Yemma alternatives. Yemma cogent alternatives say.
Sure.
Yeah, what power? Yet me yeah, any say. But and you may be now uncle ye. Yeah, admit it. Last time no. Thursday, not because of one of the platforms. Accra, one of the FM stations. Obi friend say, "Chokola say otati me pa." But most of the things they are making, young go for who say, "And you be or yet me admit it." Eya na ye din. Say, and you must say besi no. Na party no kwantimi can end dissociate and who from such comments. But you see, say, nkofo be sorry at this time. That
that's not be any other cross or the elections. One of the on TRC, the NTI was here for Abronye.
And then
Nana be
comments being
organization Marco Tana.
Ye create sensations. Miniaba, maybe Sena Macan. So evidence be no will be a weapon and be a minimum. But I think say or say it to me too. Because they say that's the best way. You that's what from say unye you unye. And some investigation about so. As some about court. Matuase. But I pray so. I pray so. Me ade amem.
Ya prejeje asem dodo.
Emranin konko yedu. Say okọ no team e bia no nim na make am. So nima de o se emranin. Na ye nyina ye hwe kwan be fa so a going forward because you get to see a mom and more fun so doing say, ultimate tina radio so and not TV so I can't send be a foul penny be a home require a union as will be a now aqua free. And a good thing. The baby as you do. I think that we ought to part from such acts. No credit ever.
Because I hate on this matter. I buy now, Fred. Say what can be via on bedroom. Say the okay NPP for Libya lawyer say be create the today. I said the on Becca and say who at their two room. But that makes the matter more dangerous and worse. They can't be far and a school media. And as Kumi could you know parliament, you catch those cement name you bet me as well in where mass were in Jai and one and the leader, then one Gina to Gilemo. Tonight, the man come baby, and yes, home to me, yo. And then what is the diet?
That's no cry or question by her say.
You are dodging.
Or dodging, dodging.
But in reality, say, Rewa, Chenchin be our nephew. It will still get to you. On share the equation. Some artists often say, oh, we haven't seen the ruling ourselves. They haven't served parliament. And I find Raha. You think if they serve speaker today, he will not give you out?
Yeah.
He will take you because they did it to the equation. Yeah. So when they serve speaker and they take you, now you're sentence. So what do you get out of it? Now I say you lose your person. A criminal pen and say parliamentary is what to assume.
Yeah.
Automatic by election better. And Abronye there, it's long overdue. Say in some more over the years, no. I think say if he had a mind and could be a D by now, because you should know that you have created enough enemies in the public domain
for yourself.
For yourself. Because in Yaman even I can wow nimpefe say true, but what can we not people also carry that story along. Share the media houses be very almost sign confess or more apologizing to John Mahama. So only him you can't say Mbeka. Say oh die will Dubai and I will tell her and I will go shopping with her and all that. And they are apologizing because someone who says in fact apology now now because of contributions are tape now. Muhammad Tinyaka. Microphone throwing towel earlier. Thinking that Wosubi Shenyan Sabia then film but oh dear stubborn cat intermediate
sister
kakra meet me aka ne say aban na afre no
okay
nti ono de onko na onko tie de aban eka ti se de me me akoti eka no e bia wo mu aye papa bi so de mo a so be ko ni fie so enye omo na ye ka say de ni ko gina mra na ni ma enye sa a friend is saying at 29 section no boy ni pew there are about 3 or 4 charges and actually okay. But the highest one is the felony no cano was a ding aka ho 25 na minimum the crowd you beat me money 25 plus another 10
making 35
but I think that if I'm using my word carefully if he is found guilty it will serve as a deterrent to those who speak on radio and TV who just spit words of, you know, to just misinform and destroy people's integrity just like that.
Okay.
Because the Crawford build it on more career to that extent.
Yeah.
It is over TV, so it's not radio, so sabi I control afro be one. Shady pan say yeah. Oba pa CCTV dia o kan obefa ho adio because onu nebusu afo bi antimi mfetu na se nkrofo embecho
yeah
was ogo kon bi fufuro dia na no aban ni tadechi dia they will come after you until let's hope that everything will go according to plan. Let the law take its course. If he is guilty, he is guilty. If he is not guilty, he will walk away free and do what he has to do. Like you are saying, maybe he has some proof in it.
Yeah, mon kosho. Then akoda ko school bosome. No abeti na fie bosome mienu. No akobo bosome na otwe miensa no asamba. Nti wo ma me no papa ni sika obeye extra classes amade na ese ne aye nsem bibire. Nkoda ye omo start free SHS ye ma no oh fanye nyem ye wokwam. E wo fine pa. Gregory ade. Fanye nyem wokwam na binum so wo wo.
Na me dey no debate.
Afedi enkurai social media so mo tie omo ba omo makwa no omo ba ye be che wo fie o mo so mu kunu no nya sa de ye ba de ye be ye mo ye be nwa ye sisi wo mu kunu no so they have no shame omo so camera school kura
ya me ntwa wa no
sa me nchia o na asa asem no wa interested dodo ye enkurai ba ye wo kurom ha o hwe
828 na me say let me check what's there. Me check him. Who says Smith? I send him message say me do has 720. 720.
Hey, Smith is so the other people.
720.
Next Smith and why am I winning Abamwa? Smith.
Set time me 8:30. Fine, him say be a 5 minutes time. You bet me do.
Let's send to Gregory ya adwen say wuti he ya nti wo no ba bia wo tia na hu hia gidigidi bia.
David.
Oh hia gidigidi bia.
No tell about ya.
Okay. Na asa obi ana me di me nkomo. Wa twera ma pepe so kra ya ye ma ade nkomo no na efa ho.
Ye nkola no munyem ye.
Ya da bi ade a me ye wa twera ma the paper no so ya ye ma Ghana for interview ya me ye bre ya ye hu note.
Say ebia.
O ho asem kan ho.
O say ebia o say asem na o kan. What making good points. Or say me noti now some of them are okay kan ya na ja yen so ya hwe de be kire ya bi.
Mate wo mo a.
Obapa.
Bestie. All right. Ibrahim down and others all can be biana.
Yes, you see, the problem is just a problem who you see, this free SHS is
what shall I see? I don't know.
What shall
I see? I don't know. First topic I
but then this whole SHS and crab out na feed and a business and my mobile. Go me hey. University graduate or movie school. Our money Jumania multi fee for years. I jam my baby who am a majuma.
Okay.
Me fa or more a trainee or more and more quite fee echo chen coladi. Come here. Some crab cool 3 weeks. No more but transfer by 3 months a year. Care business, mammy, because Kajima may I don't know. Such teachers for me pack your more cocoa apple chida and say. business ma me business ebu me.
Yeah.
But me who no na I think say me hwe said na esetie na nkra no gufia almost every single month be a parent eba request teachers na me hwe ka omuchia na.
Yeah,
ma me re hoyi. E wo mse na me nya sika de teachers for so nya sika mo mo titi but na too much. Na obi a ye ejuma government workers ya na wo je. Obetua light bill, obetua water bill. Wo nkwala wo fie bi ko primary bi ko GHS. Wo nyina be hwe omo. Wo ma me bi ote na class wo be send ne sika. Na wa san tua class sika. E bi tua close to 1,000 cedis a month.
Yeah.
Imagine. So no, enti na arehosem. Free SHS na de na kwasem.
But I do think say it's long overdue. So survey ya fe na GSE. Is it long overdue?
Survey no what say?
So mo bisa Ghana for adwenkyere efa double track system no.
Double track na dey say John Dramani Mahama be. I think say
I think it's part of the reforms.
Yeah, it's part of the reform. Double track in there be there and kabe me and they would say if you ho. Don't go say waste time cry e wo home. Be a betimi atwen crampa be a some 6-7 months I dey be e be school adan say dey na John Dramani Mahama e na. Say dey be ya omo nyina be kope. Double track in there amemoye akofo the president and no person ODNT and what dey ahohare so so bia enkobi onya aggregate 1,000 crowds ko. I mean it was scary. A problem called free SHS ni din kra send common sentence kra on to me and contradict sentence or no one din kra bin to me chire. Then what is the essence of education? Timashire reforms here abedie omonhwe ho. Na me dey personal and I think say double track na dey shouldn't have a space in education, sector. I was here to chem kura. If possible, sebeya less than 6 months, 7 months, this school be. It should be topmost priority. Therefore, be Anto and focus on how to accommodate the teaming and kwala or more eba. Said ye beya ye beti miyama education sector no. Akos was said yes na efada.
Bra Gregory.
Papa. Begin Quetia and here me change.
Quetia, Mr. Gregory,
because I'm more known as a Quetia everywhere in my party.
As I mean, himself, no, for the Mr. Gregory, near me.
Who was all shifty, the Gregory, needy kinds are my Quetia is the most, it was about Quetia, MPP.
Obia no Quetia, and I can't Gregory Quetiano.
Okay. Yo, Obapa, next year a tear phone now, a teacher as I'm a phone. I'm say education assembly account. Now me TT interview now and sana any new my na any more my room. The kind free senior high school no the NPP government say obi ka say sa policy na bogus and na policy na papa nye hwe. I don't think say we are being fair.
No, I don't think somebody will say
yes. Yeah, very objective analysis. Also, be a question, he said.
Yeah.
Say no person we 7 nana. I think say no some yen did that. But on my way home, who say the be America? Eh na man for through see e be kan okre. Because Abia the director of education, director general of education. Yeah. Because Abia MPP now appointing into very difficult so be but I think say there were several times and now even then opposition leader mama I can review now phone be said I don't really understand why people say review here and I say review not necessary. Na nipa ben na ho be ya ade a untwa nkonkohwe say nya me ye no me come anim ana say nkwe. There may be positives.
Yeah.
There may be negatives. The negatives need those one. Then we find way to reduce the negatives, so that we can move on. Again, education in yes, said the corner cambro funqua, and only the problem we are facing in Africa. Yeah. And then to write, education is just a bema when you waiting there BB. Because you be a university or yeah, very, very good. If it is cramp, nipa be brain to me, maybe one. Obi na twere mo.
Crofo twere man crofo da.
Na no so we.
We na yesi akoa bi a obi twere obi man saa na the graduation yesi wo nya first class na wo kwa akoda ase. Wo we wa bodin wo se me monda me course repass me si ase wona na twere we mame. Monda we ase wona na oye me ai. Monda we ase wona na akoa da ase wi na ase school na okwa na wankobo bra bia crofo de bo bra de ba no.
So it then comes to the idea say you can't education. I mean, I was made sure na me catch them students. The time be a draw thesis that you are picking in Crawford or 100 years na ya trotro no ye we are the relevance to the problems are you facing because me check public health and then the ecological approach to health. Now student or Ghana nim say galamsey ni nyoma way I was say fa kwan e be hwe so water ene ye can say insuo then you sit at the university and you don't even have knowledge about this because so many notes now you are reading verbatim no actual and at the end of exams that kind of education I mean can say education will be intimate. I think that wasn't the focus but to say be a professor and also can back say the junior high school no buying the previous government for me I think it's very worrying because in Kolan to Tofi one hono besua enioma obetimi aye ne daachi kra because enye obia no betimi aye the literal thing no but to be on maybe owo hono no and the recently na me hwe you see Chinese for kg na omusua how you see dan omukwa mortar ne that everything that we need in our society no also unya husu hu kakra na watimi aye until the free senior high school no the challenges were akola be ko sa 1 month ne pe abedi fie dudo na so kwan be so ne be fa ebra community day schools na for lambasti sadian for me I said it is wrong because community day schools no be bre na sisi ho a na ehia say ye kakra bi I shall mami wo ba kusi me computer to sure. From my house to that place is not far. And see what's a one boom most plants no maji huafa. And for all these years, but she has some population. Nkola pe baby akwa kusi. Say no baby ye dun. O say nyina ti assess. E the policy bi aba. Bring ye be review so that the clauses for the policy of review now say you're part of it and then again we say you say then na objectives of the policy na ye dey ban and free senior school government here say send be nya people be bre more matimi aiden enya second cycle education because unya no wie na say be crap so ko sua ade bi ka ho a at least no wadwin mu abie kakra. Those were the ideas. But said not your resources are your one and are not inadequate. But for me, I've always been saying this thing. Who read history? See, there's a JB down Kwanum say independence and Yan Kakra. And an Nkrumah say now. So and Nkrumah pushing in independence. So was Nkrumah right or wrong? Was JB Danko right or wrong? That's how the life has always been. Policy be out the basa so. Oh, person obenya the right time, right ambience, time bad. Sure. You would definitely have challenges, but I was so winya. Nimbia, like I said, challenges. This is how I'm going to address it. So what I'm fast having my shema. That is the kind of thing because curriculum, kola na yi crazy, textbooks. I think I went. I think I do my mancophobia. I be mancophobia through textbooks. As a country, these are the questions. Sometimes enemy say, so be one in the baby no yeah jumana. And ya na me feel say the political way now will now ya almost thrown near the identity. The technocrats need to me bold and pushing. And for me must read this government say sector biano. The people who have the knowledge, should come up with the ideas a bit moving this country forward. Me ending war free senior high school. One say, I think that's a weekend. So called they say a senior technical school for only community, and yan tokwa mama be a prepare. And you're very sad. Say, I deal with Susan, I shall say, because those days you know ya kai pa na say Kofodia say tech ni kobo match dia then you can be sure say ometimi anas whom say tech ni Kofodia say tech those days na sa de no ho yeah call pure secondary schools in there and especially call pure secondary school na ye mixer be senior they no call boys almost there no ye hardened guys yeah call miss school no be say there here dey ni ko dey is omo ne be share they have a way omutimi share so
intimidation oh
but I think that's one way I say image where you have the senior high schools near there now social media we hu na nkola ni twetwa say ba ku bia na no me hu ye say homos night now and you say burger and I saw it on one of our American platforms nkola no ba ku da ho a na obema ba ku da ne so sa na e wo me use here obema ba ku da ne so
and your man crying, you was school, they said they are more.
Who done so? I was say Ubu atopa.
Can you imagine?
And I was like, wow. My colleague, they was Sunday man, government hospital on a Sunday, and I watched it and I said, wow, these are the things going on. And it's because when you might be here, because the counselors say, what were a senior high school soon crumble. This is very effective.
Yeah.
And I think that we need to improve upon some areas. Yeah, Timmy shake point be far. Thank you for your bebo because I call on the school now. That exposure we no be there. I don't think say at the end of the day, no, we are building this country the way it ought to be. Intimacy, survey no, 17 say parents in Kwano Mopi or Bia or Ghanaian Bia should have an input to the survey, and then the review, no, educational review, no, send your kind. We ought to look at the free senior high school. We ought to look because. Once the senior Ali Ibrahim Kasano, all private schools are I think say not a problem because if this country we are looking at the private sector as an engine of growth, why then do you come and have a policy about cuts? And so for me, I was asking myself, capture what needs to be done now because meaning say schools there what Ghana had no private schools they were doing well like David school moon action all these schools they were doing well because no most fat teacher for and you have some of the graduates we invest in obeti maka kochira de o nti obapa me gidi say reforms are very very important going forward now no na ye factor in say process betting reform how many years bia no see to reform ye ntwen ma and sunny about because a damage because a social damage and of course akole bi be go through challenges we mu one here no want me and recover papa bia because they said okay ye ni research you better say bebre enyem ye ni ade but na esisi because and those days na na etimi nya sad but ye nya sa reforms so cross no say bia every 4 years bia no and every 3 years bia no ye be say nyoma ye no is it in the right direction? The objectives are set. Are we getting the deliverables now? Airborne going forward to have Ghanaians well-to-do, very active, vocationally active, technically active, to ensure, say, we are moving this country in the right direction. These are the things that ought to be done because education here is a very, very, very key to every country's development. Manuesi.
Okay, Titi.
Good morning.
Good morning.
That's saying.
Yeah, but the young quache. Then you're this boy boss meeting tonight. I say, was your money see why?
Why submit? You are here for a bet yamo and a paway. Free senior high school. Say, and ne Ghana for Begia to say. Your constitution cry na was say ye review ni yi niam bi fi mu a na chere say every project and na say bibi a ye no e was say edu ba bi a wotna e chere so policy ya me de buy na constitution ya me de buy yi bibi a ekoyi ana no kura nya me nim so why project management ka cry obehu say during the project, there are timelines that you need to review niama waye and going forward. Say be okay. Enti free senior high school said ye no be aka no.
Yeah.
Enya dia obi ba abetwam. Na ye start ye no. nneɛma bebree anko yie you feel say was it me share funding was a problem, double track was a problem. Oba say o mba mienu miensa na wanye lucky no mu nyina wo free SHS di mo a you would come to realize say obebre pa. Why am I saying that? Let's just say there will be nothing like vacation for you, the mother, and now vacation for the children. Yeah, go school ni enim say vacation started July, August 10 day, September no be ahead then. Go school. Inti say awufo bi ewo bibi ye potin ya. Sa vacation was sam kola ne call grandma ho.
Yeah.
Na omoso etimi ahead then. Aye di ombe. Some vacation na obese sam kola na mama ko baby a. Inti yeah time no between July, August, September no public workers, or if I should say parents, take their leave, annual leave that particular time because of person in Kolane spend the time. It will fear number to Kolana baby. Into free SHS buy no. So about first one no the vacation August, September. Second one the vacation December, January. Third one the vacation April, May. Into how do you manage this? And the pressure to families so. Now and also so emma sa love na ye wo e wo fie no. Ejina. If you say we go school na we wo fie. We wo fie na we wo school. It's difficult for parents to manage their lives because let's just say there's nothing like free time be out between young kola na almost school I was why free I was share wa wejuma na bibi awo ye. So it was very difficult. To add it to it, though, everybody knew the challenges that had to do with free SHS, Ghana buffer stock, feeding the children. You know, very difficult. It is true. So as the project was progressing, the New Patriotic Party was trying their best to review some aspects of it, but it wasn't the best. Until that time, I can say the policy had to be reviewed. Now, if I should say, the die-hard stand. NPP people, brofu no muntio, so we can review and almost you NPP NDC for person muchemo no. I still didn't get it because omunti as yena say our form kakra that time no. Because reviewing something doesn't mean you are cancelling it, but you are either changing something or adding something to the project to make it look better. And to say the menu ayi a shaman e block esi nwrem enye ekurasi o committee 22 here no okay. E-block. Meanwhile, in Ashiaman, they are running double track. In 2007, I said, impressed. And some pa no say school dying Ashiaman. Now Ashiaman running double track.
Double track. Why?
Into whose fault is it? Yeah. Is it the friend is saying the institution itself, those who brought the policy, and now ya teacher and kasaro. In that time, so into this economic forum and educational forum, I think that everybody is going to bring up your ideas. Training a car say we need to review it. We would make sure say as a party as NDC, we will make sure say you didn't never be how can you bring a policy where there is no direct funding? Funding, you can say where is the funding for this particular policy? A national policy. Say consolidated fund, heritage fund, sinking fund. 10% of a tax of something, you can never tell where the issue is going. And that is a challenge. To add more injuries, me start in school, me who square pass you be other.
Obia pass it. Yeah, corona yet to me at the red line at home. Oh, follow under the red line, and I just say
you have to repeat the class and then up your game. Now this time there is so that means all the junk is going. And time. Unya throw O level. Unya 12 you try common entrance. Unya 12 distinction.
Yeah.
Schools some offer distinctions and unya 1. Unya 2. Unya 3 they forget unya school. School behind. All the good schools are looking for the distinction students and 1. Into when you aggregate 1 and now early two unya school. Until everybody's child was striving or learning to fall under the 12 mark or common entrance, and now so benya under aggregate 1.
Yeah.
When ya we are, let's say, also come back and call your day remedial and natural biome. And seriously, if remedial was a bad thing, it wouldn't have been in our books.
Sure.
People do remedial, Obenya F, come back and do the remedial and get an A. Not just say was sitting up. People can write an exam and ABI yari into circumstances into on pass it or some say if we could say through exam ni bioma or pass it. Why do we have resits in the universities? Resits is in the university because circumstances can change. Obeti me throw paper obenya fail. But usa go throw bioma no when relevant pass so near the amount degree now ko. But free SHS by you see free. Okay, you say obi we krasi bi onya opportunity name call and look, there are people in Greater Accra who are still getting the 38 and they are pushing them. So what is it about the village person? I won't agree. There should be a cutoff point, and that will also protect those going to the school. How can a school like Presec now catch them so being at 38 in the engine? How? Or say a record.
Now, can way. School money, you know.
Because
any cultural remedial.
Yes, because Obi on 38. What do you know Presec? So, and now, what do you know Timota? Now, school, there's a total record for the school. Those who passed. It is when you're 100%. Now the Obi on 38. Ebe kan one it is 100% true.
There's a matitimo a yaba form.
Yes. Yes, there be inti was said the remedial aspect of free SHS no. Eba.
Now service you know crania policy bisa I think Professor Her Excellency Professor Jenano Pokwaj my time.
Yes.
Omo de bibisa by BC you know one pass.
If you fail, why? What is the rush in forwarding?
Failing on exams is nothing.
It's nothing strange. Anything can cause it. Obi to me yare.
What so to me kwatena exam so na wa blackout na refi bibia.
You see, doing this is a problem because I remember say free SHS by, you know, I don't want to mention the school, but there was some intake to Cape Coast, French. And the French lecturer, no, microphone wabana obisano. Oh, what do you get in French? Where you I got a 1, no A. What do you get? Oh my book. Oh, who say class is good? Microphone behind your pass. And I say, and the men come brofo. Men come from brofo class. No, started the French in so munya dear, as a French name, Becca. No, started soccer French. Then the problem. Obiante.
Kavien Kurano,
Obiante. So, he began to ask questions. How did you pass to get this grade? Is it that they intentionally push the grades on you, or you actually pass, or they reduce or lower the marking scheme to let you pass? Into nyama we na affecting going forward no and more churning out to be graduates no they are not, if I should use the word, very qualified to be there. Into some people do what now fe na lecture be go share no lego na no oso mbu nani no mia wa onti ase na wo feli and na omweja FUE ye e university first university exam omweja ye time would they write university na near to sa natural your friend FU first university exam would their first year don't cross that line back of you even university was doing that so don't think that we do until that's the end into after there yes freedom until there must be checks and balances in the academic ladder for people who are learning no who say you go school there and you say you corner your pass here nyina it who better be rewind and what would you wouldn't better be one worry into womba into your corners class na afi e hwe last look baby school be called Christ the King primary school we sit according to the position into first row your first 6
that's all we chiro there na
obi a class mu ho a hwe last 2 rows na mo na ya amuti ewu it's standard we don't sit according to alphabetical order. Until you remember first person to hold on wabe. Yenim. What I say? Until say who fail in your next class, let us say, oh, honor betum. Into who show a chino be in one what you say, and I was also look sharp.
Yeah.
And so it is necessary for people to know, say, academic ladder, no, it was so be a you can't have a class and tell me, say, everybody passed. It is possible, but somebody, you can't tell me, say, free SHS, everybody just keep pushing everybody, pushing. Meanwhile, only a mocha for crab for no end chat. 1 + 1 also so end chat. So I think that these checks and balances must come for us to get the quality education and your quantity near no. And if people have failed or people don't meet the requisite standard of academic qualification, so let them go and rewrite these papers again. And I can tell you, see, I started failing for SHS.
They'll sit up.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
I'm not going to reason that you come and face the same answers and questions, no, and they will pass because when you say they're free, you start the APP and Kofotikon because government is paying for you. So if you fail, your friend is saying, resit, no, you pay yourself.
Yeah. You pay yourself.
You pay yourself. Let it be your cost, so your parents will keep an eye on you, so you will be serious and learn and come and do the resit again. What you say? Indeed, some of these things have to be done. It is a must in the review, and I think that if all these things are put in place now, the free SHS need to be and say, "Maybe fair, until you pass out to the university, and say, oh, nipa we there, or deserve it, and you say, will be a
Konya system although sana niema bebre ho ana former president Kufuado ya na menene nya adwen amamude wo bu ye nenye but wutimi nya enkranke to omo senior high school twe cameras yo manim no mu di president atem enye se bi omo criticize ade na oye no policy na e dia bankura na omo anka se benefit no na akra abema ba ku mi refi school no kra the president attempt left right center to what extent
the morals,
because
the morals have dropped.
Who bondog say who betimi that phone no kra benya wen who benya phone no kra wa in the first place
ebia unse ye time no na ye ni sa gadgets we mo until let's assume so be throw letter
yeah
me wo ma only second we throw me letter e be di bia one time no letter no ye benya ba ko
chese wo throw girl letter
ase ba kwati akan waka girl
me person trim say bia or throw letter love letter
be
you are the sugar in my cocoa sir so I go kind no
nti and then kola no a o manyinya sa gadgets we no
we so kan na be boa mama ko ma si ade fast no but omo dey na ma
even at the university kra no in kola ni kra phones e powerful phone but yet they cannot even use it to do anything.
Cell phones here use
a lot of people.
The purpose of these phones is for examination more practices. And then make a material. Don't want now a channel from this senior high school, so no. I can tell you on as a matter like emphatically say more than 70%. Omo exams omo twere omo dika hu exam papers answers no answer na
exams no omo toma omo no e questions na o
what you say
na ni atuni di o na ye de na nka ban top school
yes nti e kamia koye say we a headmaster in a certain school na say won kura other schools pass na won kura em pass ya I mean the education ministry kura post sanction nti akweso bia koteda e man kura no ye den e ye di omo pe Sapons ya no mo yeden omo yusu e de ye monioma na so wie na 7 8 6 8 no na sa fe de okọ university ho no ma na fe na ne ho nkọche do me kai girl be e fe no Lydia onya 8 8 and a headmaster na ka say hey Lydia what been pa 8 8 here wanya idea and the same medicine straight o say they be say me call immigration o say 8 8 idea say immigration you call medicine o say they be so it is getting so serious to the extent say let's just crampo shall say complaining and cry echo university now say what's the additional course what say let's an crampo take class work child here crampo no brofo na waka crampo no so many you can say education there it's not about writing it's not about brofo I mean it's about all that Because I want to make
I said it's not only about
yes,
that.
but
yeah, I said it in the context.
yes, in the context, good.
Then
But
that's the one I still
yes,
that.
it's not only about that, but it is also a must. So you should be able to contextualize, read and write.
Of course.
Because if you are not able to read and write, then how can you deliver? Even if it's a vocational now, say be a technical crana, you still need to be able to read and write. So that is very key.
Okay.
It's a mystery. I think that there were a whole lot of challenges in education, sector. And cry a channel out here, baby. Obia years ago, okra university degree. And so many common assignments related to it failed in the job market. In idea ultimate. So this time people are saying say employment in the interviews are don't wanna fail because I come here say the education system in all no problematic. Even our universities are question mark and some of the courses.
We do chew and pour.
I have another twisted part
very
of this.
Topic
Between primary school and SHS. Who cares?
I say abandon no.
Yes. Who cares?
Primary. University.
Obia Hwese in the Babeko University, ye push Obia Manako University. Meanwhile, the foundation of that child is the early childhood through primary school. No, because before I mean no okay, no, SHS. The English and the grammar. I have seen lawyers speak broken English. Profuno can cry and twice soon. But the person has a degree or a lawyer. Ujina court no or kasane brofunu entwa. Ubisa say how did he pass law school? Otimitro but ontiminka. It's that year when me kaye course secondary primary school there was a particular subject called comprehension.
Yeah.
Is it still there?
Hey, I have some more English comprehension.
Is it there?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
When they talk about adjectives and adverbs, my dear, these things are the core part of making the child who or he or she is. It is a no ambima. Wow, beer. To add more English to it, the universities that are there existing today. So if your courses need be a omodema degrees now, I don't see what those courses are. Obikita degree in business I don't know where the degree comes from because it's not focused on a particular thing. What do you call ministries now? Which me point say why they don't call ministry way. The degrees are so funny. I don't want to mention anybody's degree. The degrees are more offer no. When you go to ministries, appointing ministries in Nami who be behind the better. But what degree? Into your Titi me pay Juma, Mrs. Degree now. Who should degree now? And I begin to wonder, where do I take you?
Where do I put you?
What wouldn't you architect? What wouldn't you mathematician? What wouldn't you business management? What wouldn't you? So it is difficult to say, let me go and ask for a job for you here because the degree you are holding doesn't fit. So the only advice I can give you is go and do a master's program and specialize. Otherwise, this won't take you anywhere. That's the only advice I can tell you. Because the Ugute, and these are the problems we have. The main problems and challenges of Ghana, Ghana Education Service, please, the colleges and universities. The colleges are turning out a lot of, excuse me to say, garbage degrees.
True, I agree.
Garbage degrees.
I agree.
And it's because the students are ready to pay, the private universities are ready to take money and give you that degree. Degree only PR. Maybe university course course won't say that. That's the challenge. So, the Ministry of Education, look at the colleges of what do you call it, the universities and the kind of degrees they are churning out now. And say, why do you do it? University, I'm nothing. Plain. This degree is going to be difficult to fit you anywhere. So go and do a master's program and this time specialize in a particular area. Number 4, 5, 6 areas are when no the bar, you do because okay, we can fit him somewhere.
Yeah.
Otherwise, more are going to come out and more will be on the streets, and we'll get a lot of graduates. They don't have a specific job. They don't have a specific job. That was it.
What was it? They said, what was that? Yaa Titi Karo. So, I do a Ghana tertiary education commission.
Yeah.
I'm not accredited programs. No, I wasn't saying they say. There are programs being on my accredited your mind.
It's not necessarily.
They just copy foreign programs.
This country challenges are you facing. Every moment you develop programs. These
I don't know if there's underdealings to give them those accreditation to teach those courses. Because courses, seriously.
I think the universities too are becoming too many. They say universities are obia sorry and I am accreditation.
And sorry ni nyina
Titi university. And private university this one apply. Just say one apply. O apply ya. Opa e for na aka ko churechim. Ko churn of deck. Obe graduate ni afa. To obi e ko university. Too much. To see ehwe na yetimi hunu say the education is the foundation of our progress as a nation. So you focus in actually graduating people almost every year. Now for a form you graduate every year as an now me political science class. I don't mean kind. Me say u pack e go e dan we mu a. Here come. So no.
I said you say university is that. They go there how fun you.
Political science in the annual
you. Serious o. And I just say omo say omo ma wie omo na mo di kan wie 10 years ko da bodo. Omo nyina akura mpo nya djuma. Every single year they channel all these ejuma no him fa.
Yes, a political science nipa no ya no abede.
Recently na akola bia ni ma me no de na yichire me na. Say na ope nurse. No ye ya no nya. Na me say your my so many University for Environment.
Yeah.
They are doing a program on water and something. This is a very powerful. The kind of say onim say be say
okay.
Your core.
Okay.
You hats. And our registrar now you hats also say that course is a very good course. Because we are having problems with environment, climate change. These are issues that are becoming so current in this going forward. The next, because population growth. Once we are having population growth, no, obviously, no, the challenges of climatic change, so the public health, the nina. Now, the whole cause then you see, and then the perception so which I was telling most of the students is, Obia Jenny say Obia or pay government one I man clearance.
Yeah.
And the moment you have a country, Obia feel say Obia university the university education should even give you knowledge one can
innovative will be one can
that is how it ought to be. And courses be more. They said there are some courses be excuse me, Greek be near dinner, those things and what do you hear? Greek nankasa cry, Greek nankasa no. They are will know.
So you see, unfortunately, if you apply for a course like political science and IT, then they give you options.
Yeah.
You understand me? You can have this. Be cry the mouse straight. Take this.
And Obi also full say, you see Premier University.
Obefa.
Obefa.
You will be a Konanamfo university that particular year. I mean, courses be the course be a was.
So this is it's a serious conversation that we need to have. Send a man school. You better course a 1 year because I have problem. Some now you can
you don't choose a good course for your child. Obe Pia, Obe Tnefi.
Obe liability as amount.
Na me kra me wo adache me wo courses bi o ha me man koye especially course am political science.
Oh man
I'm not underrating political science. It's a very good course. But in Ghana it appears almost everyone wants to go for that program. And at the end of the day, I mean, where are they going to fit?
Yeah.
There are other courses that I'm not saying it's a bad course. It's a very good program. And that's why everyone, all of us, we are actually rushing. But a lot, when you go to the university, there are a lot. And what are the jobs, opportunities are created to take all these people? There are other areas I see they're working. Obi, Crampo, recommend some course now. On here because a popular course will be a name. So we should be able to change the conversation And then look at obi ko nursing say ya I mean the probability of being a juma after graduation is very high.
But then almost we are nursing, we are penning say aban be man ejuma. And if government is also expanding, government is not